It is Party Time Mom Tuesday. It is Monday's hangover. That's right, Tuesday coming at you hard and heavy. Oh, boy, Jennings, you look dapper in the Prather 2022 sunglasses. The official yeah.
Hello, ladies.
Womp, womp, womp. Texas legend Steve Helms is at the pub. Oh, boy, Chris Cruz. Chris Cruz has instructed me to now say that the puppet master Mark is driving us into the nether regions of all things. I took a COVID test the other day.
On purpose? Did you?
I did. Well, let me tell you why, Chris Cruz.
He tripped and fell on a Q-tip.
Yeah. Apparently, it's not supposed to go in your ass. Before I get to that story, let me remind everybody, I'm going to be, it was negative, by the way, negative. Sometimes I like a little reassurance. But I just want, everybody, nothing else was giving me good news. So I was like, screw it, let's take a COVID test.
There you go.
See where that goes. But there's an interesting story behind it and around it, and you'll want to hear it. I'm going to be in Tyler, Texas, on Friday night. Going to be, we were at the Crazy Cajun, but now they're going to if you go to the Crazy Cajun, they'll direct you next door because we needed a bigger space. Bring a case of water. We're going to be helping hurricane victims, Louisiana, and we're going to match the cases of water. So you bring one, we'll match one. We'll do that. And it's going to be fabulous. It's going to be amazing. I don't know if you've ever been to a Chad Prather rally, but it's probably pretty much the best rally ever.
Please tell me you talk like that the whole time.
The entire time.
It would be so awesome.
The entire time. I don't know if you know this or not.
And you wear a Trump hairpiece.
I don't know if you
I'd love to see that.
It's a fabulous hairpiece. I wish to God I could do a Trump impersonation.
It's not bad. It's better than mine.
Well, it's the cadence, but I can't get it down.
Yeah.
I went the biggest of Macs. I have a Mac. I went the biggest of Macs. Pretty much the biggest Mac. I don't know if you know this or not, but it's the biggest Mac you've ever seen. No, I went and I was at an event Thursday, and it was a loud place. Now you know how it is, Steve. When we talk and sing for a living, right? And you get into a loud environment, and everybody wants to have a conversation with you.
Not a great living, but we do.
It's a living. I mean, I'm homeless, but what else? I still sleep at night. But you know how it is. And then you're like, God, this is going to hurt my throat if I continue having this conversation in a loud place like this. And it's rude to just say, I can't talk. People it's too loud, I can't talk.
Yeah, people don't get that.
They don't understand that. They think you're being rude. But
it depends. Was the person you were talking to a man or a woman?
Well, I'll tell you exactly who I was talking to.
Because if it's a woman, just say, hey, tell me about your day.
Yeah. Well, I was talking to our buddy Luke Twombly, who is a PR guy for a lot of our friends like Sheriff Bill Wayburn and Chad Robichaud and Alan West. And Luke never misses a beat. You could do a lot of listening with Luke around because he talks. He's a sales guy, right? And but I woke up the next day and had a little sore throat. I was like, And then I was like, I was just from being there last night. And then went through Friday, and then Saturday, I was like, I'm just not feeling great, right? Just not feeling great. And I'm doing all these events, so I was like, I'm going to be responsible, okay? So here's what I had to do, Chris. I sent someone to the drugstore for me, the pharmacy, bring back a test. Now, the test that we've seen, Steve, like we saw them down in Mexico, the little Abbott test where you swab your nose, you stick it in the little envelope, and in a few minutes it'll tell you you either get a pink line or 2 pink lines. It's kind of like a pregnancy test, But it ain't that way anymore, guys. So
By the way, I am having a reveal party next week.
I am negativo. They give you a strip that is Bluetooth enabled. You have to get an app on your phone. Before you take the test, you have to put all your information in. Name, address, phone number, email address. You got to they want you to turn your location services on. All this crap, bro.
Oh, my God.
And I'm like having a battle with myself. I'm like, this fundamentally goes against everything I believe in. Everything. Sarah Gonzalez would be so disappointed in me. But I'm like, you know what? It started to piss me off. And I was like, I'm going to do this. Because I want to see where this goes. I want to see what happens. I'm willing to be the martyr here. Like if you're going to track me, I'm going to be man enough to do this, right?
You're the foul-mouthed St. Paul of COVID.
Well, we love Jesus, but we cuss a little. You know.
So did you get a free subscription to Hulu or anything with this too?
So I do the thing, and then you I'm just sitting butt naked on a leather couch, right? And you have to
As you do.
You have to take the little swab deal, and the thing has to walk you through a video instruction, and you have to keep your phone paired to the little Bluetooth device, and it has to stay next to it.
Why were you naked?
And well, I just want to make sure that I was fully exposed. If the satellites are gonna. If the drones are coming,
it takes a while for them to gather all of your information and your passwords.
Here's a full file of me, right? Like, here I am. So anyway, then you have to swab your nose. You have to put it in a solution. You have to drop the solution in the other end of the Bluetooth device. And then you have to leave your phone flat on a surface next to the Bluetooth device for 15 minutes. Do you know how hard it is for me to set my phone down for 15 minutes? And you're not supposed to move it or anything like that. And so anyway, it's a long 15 minutes. And I'm just sitting there, ass cheeks sweating, and
got the phone shakes.
But it was negative. I did the responsible thing, but I was like, anyway, we got to go to a break. But
I thought you were going to tell me the story ended that Joe Biden gave you COVID even after you got a negative result.
So I'm negative. You can come to my event. All right, that's the long way around. I took one for the team. Oh my God. How much equity do you have in your home? 50,000, 100,000? How much? It doesn't matter. If you got a lot of equity in your home, you are a target for cyber thieves. I've told you over and over again that the fastest growing crime in America is home title theft. And cyber thieves, they know how to go online, find your home's title. They sign a quitclaim deed saying that you sold your home to them. They're going to forge your signature, and they're going to take out loans using your equity. You're not covered by insurance or identity theft programs. Somebody went into a bank the other day, talked to the mortgage company, and they said, I want that deal Chad Prather talks about. Well, let me tell you where you can get it. You got to go to HomeTitleLock.com. Go HomeTitleLock.com. Actually, you can register your address. They'll tell you if you're already a victim. They'll even give you a month free. They'll work a deal out for you. They're going to take care of you, but protect your most valuable asset. That's your home. Don't get screwed. Don't get evicted from your own house and get all these delinquency notices. Let them take care of you, folks. I'm telling you, it's the real deal. It's legit. Go to HomeTitleLock.com. We'll be right back. So anyway, the disturbing thing, of course, whenever you have to Bluetooth with your COVID test, it's sending the signal to your phone. And, of course, that's going to send the information to the Googles and the AT&Ts and the Verizons and the Apples of the world and all of the Samsungs and blah, blah, blah. And they're going to talk to each other. So digital big brother's watching you.
Yeah, as per usual.
Yeah.
After this show's over, if you don't mind, I'd like to get some of your personal information. So if I have to do it, I'll just put yours in there because it's already there.
Right. You assume, my friend, that I put in an accurate address. Yeah. Trust me, I got enough burner phones out there.
There you go.
I got some numbers. But that's what they do. That way, if I test positive, get on a plane, go to New York or something like that, guess what? They're going to track my ass down.
Yeah.
And by the way, they got it set up where the doctor can call you right there through the app. Like if you're positive, they're like, bee boo, bee boo, bee boo. Like, I don't know why that became a French siren.
Yeah, right.
But yeah. Bee boo, bee boo, bee boo. Anyway, the cell phones, let's throw them in the trash.
Yeah, I like the idea.
Like
I can't do it, but I'd like it.
The further we go, like you just want to just vanish off just into the wind.
Yeah.
Just into the wind.
It's
Glenn Beck doesn't have a cell phone.
Nope.
Glenn's never had a cell phone.
Nope.
Little known fact about Glenn. He's got an iPad.
Yeah.
I've never digitally communicated with Glenn Beck.
I have on a couple of occasions, just work stuff, and then recently I emailed him. I'm getting old, also like you, Chad, and so I get up in the middle of the night to go pee, and I go to sleep on the toilet and visit the bed 5 times a night. Yeah. So I get up in the middle of the night, and I had just watched one of his Instagram videos where he was talking about the amount of money that was raised I mean, the Nazarene Fund raised, I think it was $30-some million in just a few days. It's just astonishing. And so I got up at 1 o'clock in the morning, and I had seen that video, and so I sent him an email, and I was like, "You're probably not even going to get this because I'm sure he gets 10,000 emails a day." And I said, "But I feel like I got to write it. Like I'm really proud to work for you and for this company, and I'm really blown away by what can be done in such a short time with your audience, American patriots, and the American people care." And so I sent it. I didn't think it would amount to anything. I woke up the next morning, and I had an email back from him at like 3 o'clock in the morning. He had emailed me back, and it was very. I won't repeat what he said, but it was very short and sweet and very nice.
He didn't fire you for emailing at 1 o'clock in the morning?
Amazingly. Like, you woke me up the one time I could fall asleep.
Yeah.
No, it was very nice.
People ask me about Glenn.
He's a nice guy.
I run around, folks will say, Glenn this, Glenn that. Like, everybody has a perception. Glenn's a gracious dude.
Yeah.
Right? He got a big old heart. Weird dude. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
I mean, I love him.
I
saw him in the studio.
We embrace the weird.
So you just got back from the Middle East, and I said, I know you're tired, man. I said, but thank you. God bless you, man.
Yeah.
Thank you for doing what you did. And if you want to continue to give, thenazarenefund.org.
You can also give through mercury1.org, but if you do that, make sure you earmark the donation for the Nazarene Fund if that's what you want to donate to.
Yeah.
But I think the Mercury One's also taking donations for the hurricane relief as well.
Always. Mercury One's always a great place to give. And I'll encourage people as well, while we're talking about that, our buddy Chad Robichaud, he's been over there. He and his son Hunter, they've both been on the show. Chad multiple times. They've now evacuated 12,000 from Afghanistan. This is when special forces guys get together, raise a little money, and go in there and just do the job themselves
and get it done right.
And if you want to give to that, SaveOurAllies.org is Chad's organization. Of course, you can find it through the Mighty Oaks Foundation as well. But SaveOurAllies.org. There's a lot of stuff going on. There's a lot of people that are they're like, you know what, the government ain't going to do it. We're just going to go get our folks out.
Also, if you go to JoshJennings.org and donate, I will send thoughts and prayers. A lot of them. A lot of them. A lot of thoughts. Yeah.
A lot of THOTS.
Yeah.
Anyway, there's a lot of ways to give. And there's the hurricane stuff. Everybody's in need right now. We're donating a ton of stuff. I love it. You almost get to a point when you do charities. Like, I was reading Glenn's thing the other day, and he was talking about stuff that they've done, and you always have these assholes that have to comment. Well, why are you doing this? Why are you doing that? Just shut up? Shut up. Just shut up. Shut up.
Until you can come along and do any small fraction of what this group is doing. Maybe keep it to yourself.
I had a dude, I posted a thing yesterday. I said, we're organizing in anticipation of I posted this on Sunday. I said, in anticipation of the hurricane, we hope there is no loss, but obviously there's going to be loss. We're already preparing, we're praying, and we're getting things together to make sure that we can help those that are in need. We're in contact with different folks organizations, Cajun Navy, all these different things. And, we'll let you know.
Yeah.
Right? I didn't ask for anything, just we'll let you know. Then you got these morons that have to come on there and say, okay, why are you going to go down there and you're going to help? Now, if I go down there, and I've done it many, many times,
sure,
right? I've just played the clip of what we did for Harvey, when I was on Fox News and we were talking about all the stuff we were doing for Harvey. I was like, yeah, dude, you're really talking to the wrong dude, right? Like, if I was to go down there, Jennings, and then somebody takes a picture of me doing something down there, guess what? Oh, you were just down there for a photo op.
Yeah.
There's no winning with you morons.
You cannot win at all.
No, I mean, it's just, it's just a photo op. You're just down there being a politician, aren't you? There's no winning. So just shut up.
Yeah.
Just shut up. It's insanity, Chris Cruz.
There's people out there now who are already claiming that that Glenn is like skimming off the top of these donations.
Of course they are, because that's what Glenn needs is your donations.
Right, yeah.
Oh, my God.
Asinine. What a stupid thing to say.
I mean, it's just funny. I don't know, man. Glenn, you know what? Glenn could blow his nose and my net worth would fall out. All right? So let's just put it that way. And that's just one nostril.
Right.
So I promise you, Glenn ain't skimming.
That's where he keeps his gold from Goldline.
Hartford Gold, the only one we trust. There's a bullion right there. Glenn blows his nose and gold dust falls upon it.
That's right.
Upon the Kleenex, the tissue.
Somebody commented on some meme today, said something to the effect of like, where's Elon Musk? Where's Bill Gates? Where's what's his Jack Dorsey? Where are these people? They're not getting people out of Afghanistan.
Yeah.
Glenn Beck is. Think about that for a minute. And Glenn's wealthy, but he's not those people.
Yeah.
What are they doing?
They're trying to ship people off to space, man. They don't have time.
Yeah, they're trying to go to space.
Send
themselves.
some Afghanis to space. They'll be safer.
No kidding. I remember, what was it? Two Christmases ago, Glenn goes into the Walmart and just pays off everybody's layaway at Christmas.
I didn't know that story.
Yeah.
That's great.
I mean, he dropped whatever coin. Everybody that had something on layaway during Christmas at the Walmart, his local Walmart, which is wherever it is. I'm not going to say where Glenn lives, but
sure.
He just goes in there and pays it.
Yeah.
And it's just cool gestures.
Will you tell me which Walmart afterward, just in case he does it
put
again?
Something on layaway. I mean, Glenn does phenomenal stuff, but you know that's the thing, man. You get it to a point where like you want to. They're like, all you do is divide people. You just divide people. No, I just have an opinion, and I talk about my opinion. These are my convictions. I've never told you, like,
Yeah.
you got to believe like me, or we can't be friends, or anything like that.
It's not our fault. Our opinion's right.
I mean, we're right. I mean, I'm humble about my accuracy in terms of my convictions, but. You say, but then when you try to do things to bring people together or do acts of altruism, then people are like, oh, okay, you're just skimming off the top, or you're doing this. So when we do our T-shirt stuff, watchchad.com where all the fun stuff is. Whenever we do T-shirt stuff, we do a lot of things where we take percentages of profits and proceeds and we give it to charities, right? I mean, that's a regular thing as our business. Right. And sometimes we put T-shirts out there that all the proceeds go to certain charities. Right. And then, of course, we just tell people, say, proceeds will benefit. And people are like, how much of a percentage? How much is going into your pocket?
If it's a penny, it's charitable giving. What is it to you?
Man, there's a lot of Christ-like people out there. I'm just telling you.
I think
they're not doing a thing themselves.
I think that you can probably gauge. It's directly proportional. The how much somebody actually does anything for other people based on how much they call other people out on it. And I suspect that it's inversely proportional.
Yeah.
It's zero for most of these people. I guarantee you.
People get off on it, man. Like Steve Helms is a grump. I get that, but he's a lovable grump. He's our grump. It's just he wouldn't think everybody's an asshole if y'all would quit being assholes.
I used to be a people person, and people effed it up.
Maybe we shouldn't have given him a trash can instead of a changing room.
Well, I mean, the guy's been crapped on his entire life. What are you gonna do? Hey, listen.
In Thailand for money.
I posted early yesterday morning. I said, as of last night, I know of 11 people who are running for state office because of my influence.
Right.
Countless others that are running for. And some guys like, well, ain't none of you gonna win. Why does anybody want to get involved?
Yeah, right.
Thanks, Dad.
Yeah. Appreciate you, pops. Don't you look at me like that. Like, you remind me of my dad, but I know you're not him because you're looking me in the eye. Yeah. I mean, it's just people, man. People. I don't know, man, if it's the social distancing thing, it's the quarantines, the shutdowns. It just made everybody so bitter. Like, it was bad enough.
People were assholes before COVID hit, dude. You know that.
They were.
But I do think it's made it worse. I think it's at least like highlighted the contrast among people.
They have more time to get on their computers and be assholes.
Maybe that's it, yeah.
They were assholes long before COVID hit.
Fair point.
It's just revealing is what it is. Social media is a phenomenon that has just, it's given people the opportunity.
Yeah.
Right? Like, it's not that you weren't already a jackass, but now it just gets you the opportunity to be a jackass publicly.
Right.
Like, you could just, go at it. And, which, of course, our book, Am I Crazy?
Oh, yes.
Coming out now, even a few weeks later. So it's delayed from the delay date. Thanks, Joe Biden, because there's not enough trees apparently to make paper.
Our book's gonna come out when there's a Republican president again. That's
like the topics of that book are going to be so antiquated.
Yeah,
people are going to be reading it and they're going to be like, "Who's Rashida Tlaib?"
Right.
This is what's happening. Welcome to my life, and I look like a stooge because I'm sitting there promoting the hell out of this book. People are pre-ordering this thing, and it's going crazy. And it's like the editors, the publishers will send me a thing. They're like, "Yeah, got to delay a few more," and I'm like, "You're killing me."
My
but
mother.
in your defense, you were a stooge way before this happened.
My mother has a book club, and she is waiting on this book to come out so that we can get copies to her book club so they can read it together.
Your mom's going to do the...
And you get a car.
Yeah.
I got a feeling Oprah ain't going to be reading this
Right.
one, okay? I think we even mention Oprah in the book at some point in time.
I think so.
It's an unapologetic patriot takes on the insanity of today's woke world. That's what we're going to talk about. But, it's just, man, oh, my Lord have mercy. I don't even watch the news. I listen. You know what I listen to? I listen to books. Like when I'm traveling, I listen to books, and I'll listen to, if it's in the middle of the day, which I rarely get this opportunity, but I like to listen to Andrew Wilkow, which by the way is last week Friday. If you haven't heard the soundbite of Riley McCullum's mother, one of the Marines that died in the Afghanistan attack, she called in and called in to Andrew. I was listening to that. I was traveling. And I was listening to that when she called in. I texted Andrew.
Yeah, that was rough.
Right after that. And I was like, what a show today. I mean, I teared up listening to this lady. I mean, she was pissed.
Yeah.
Just livid over this whole thing. And Andrew handled it so well.
I didn't hear it, but she called Biden out, right?
Yeah, big time.
Yeah.
And he had just played a clip from Jen Psaki. Right. And like when the mother calls up, and because I'm listening to it, and I can hear she goes, "That piece of shit," like that. She goes, "I'm sorry, I'm on the radio." So she comes on with Wilkow. I mean, she was pissed, and rightfully so.
Yeah, rightfully so.
I mean,
man.
So one of the things that we're doing at our event again, Friday in Tyler, is we're going to be raising funds for that particular family because he was about to be a father in September, so he leaves behind a young wife, pregnant wife. Going to have a baby in September. So we're raising money for Riley McCullum's widow and family. So we'll make that opportunity available as well. How much of it are you going to give to them? I love you people. Hey, I want to take a minute to talk about body armor. Crazy world we're living in. There's no denying that there's never been more important time to protect your rights. And sadly, it seems things aren't going to get any better anytime soon. You may have seen some things you never imagined you'd see right in your own town. Being prepared these days means more than keeping food on the table, gas in the car, and a 72-hour grab-and-go bag. It's time to consider body armor, folks. It's a way to keep you and your family safe and secure during these troubled times. You might not know it, but body armor is legal in all 50 states. It's never been as affordable and easy to purchase as it is now. Our friends at AR500 Armor have made buying body armor easy, approachable, and affordable. And if you're unsure of what type of armor you're needing, or you just need some pointers based on your needs, they have you covered. AR500 Armor believes body armor should be accessible to anyone who wants to offer their family the protection they need and still have money left over for food. Don't wait until it's too late, folks. Ensure your family's protected. Go to ar500armor.com/Chad. When you visit ar500armor.com/Chad, you'll find special ready-to-go bundles that they've built for our audience with discounts up to 50% off. If you're new to body armor, they're going to help you. They have a dedicated page with ready-to-go loadouts based on whatever scenario you need. Better yet, they're running their 9-year anniversary sale right now with sales up to 50% off to make sure you and your family can be prepared without breaking the bank. ar500armor.com/Chad. Use offer code CHAD, I spell it Chad, give you another 20% off everything else in their store to ensure you and your family are protected. The best day to prepare was yesterday. The second best day is today. Protect you and your family with AR500 Armor. We'll be right back. Well. What do we want to talk about? Dr. Fauci, of course. Dr. Fauci.
I do think there needs to be a ballad of Dr. Fauci. Steve, can we write that?
I'm working on it right now.
Awesome. One of those like he came from New York one day when nobody was paying attention. Just something like that narrative style. I like that.
I think something in the realm of 16 tons. By,
yeah. Or Big John or something.
Big Tony. 16 masks, and what do you get?
My crew, we're working on a song for the fallen servicemen from Afghanistan and woman called 13 Beers. That's going to be interesting.
Way to bring the mood down, Chad. Thanks.
Got it. Well, Dr. Fauci, let me see him, Chris. Put him up there. Put up Fauci, Mark. We got a picture of Fauci. I want to see that guy.
Do you miss the old scratchy voice Fauci versus the new smooth voice Fauci?
I don't care. I don't listen to him. I don't listen to the guy. He's trying to make sure that he's advocating for COVID-19 vaccinations to be a condition of attending school. The tyranny. Govern me harder, Daddy. Govern me harder. He said, I believe that mandating vaccines for children to appear in school is a good idea. That's what kids do these days. They don't go to school. They appear in school. Play it.
You know, I know that a lot of people will be pushing back against that, but if you get the imprimatur about the safety and the strong benefit-risk ratio for the children, when that gets established, which I believe it certainly will, by the FDA and the ACIP, I believe that mandating vaccines for children to appear in school is a good idea. And remember, Jake, this is not something new. We have mandates in many places in schools, particularly public schools, that if in fact you want a child to come in, we've done this for decades and decades, requiring polio, measles, mumps, rubella, hepatitis. So this would not be something new, requiring vaccinations for children to come to school.
Except you can file an objection through an exemption form so that you don't have to vaccinate your child, Tony.
And one of the big things, too, is I remember when I got those I don't ever get those diseases now. There's a big difference.
Yeah, I didn't get the polio vaccine and then start giving polio to everybody.
Yeah, exactly.
You know? I mean, that's...
I don't have to get a polio booster.
Herpes, on the other hand.
Herpes, that's a different story. Haven't gotten that vaccination. Hey, that's a different kind of injection. But that's the kind of stuff like, and also, guess what? Those were actual vaccines, Tony.
My point.
These aren't experimental drugs.
I haven't gotten the polio booster. Have y'all? Is there a booster out for that?
You ought to be on polio. 15 at this point in time.
Yeah.
You know, little smallpoxy. I'm feeling a little smallpoxy today. You know what? Let me Bluetooth my phone to the test and see if I got the smallpox. Let me rub my body all over this blanket and breathe on it and send it to an Indian reservation. I mean, that's what white people do, right?
Right.
I don't know our history.
I don't know why you haven't already done that.
Oh, my gosh. I mean, because we don't like people. We don't like people.
The most egregious thing about that clip was that his tie was on crooked.
His head's on crooked.
His tie was fine.
This is a crazy story. You read about it over the weekend. Chicago mom said a judge has forbid her from seeing her 11-year-old son because she's not vaccinated. Wow. The unusual move came during a court hearing about child support issues. And it was like a Zoom call court hearing, I think. And the judge, unprompted, asked about the vaccination status. He then stripped her of parenting time when she said that she refused to get the shot. There you go, folks. The courts apparently own your children. I don't think that's anything necessarily new.
Right.
For those of you who've had to deal with that BS. Yeah. I mean, let's take it. I mean, okay, let me tell you something that just pissed me off, Chris. It's going to piss everybody off. I was on the phone with Hot News Natalie the other day. She called me up. I was driving down the road. She called me up.
That would have pissed me off, too.
Yeah,
it pissed me off. Was it the fact that I was talking to her and she wasn't talking to you?
Yeah.
So her mom, and I don't want to tell all of Natalie's business, but she would tell it if she were here. Okay, we got permission to do this. Her mom's in a nursing home. Not going to say where, but it's in Texas. Her mom's in a nursing home, and nurse practitioner comes into the room the other day and says, her mom says, "Where's my nurse? I hadn't seen her all day." Nurse practitioner says, "Over in the COVID wing." And Natalie said, is there an outbreak here in the nursing home? And he said, no, not in the nursing home. They're bringing patients from the hospital here. Now, remember when Cuomo did that, right? Thousands died in nursing homes. So they're bringing COVID patients into the nursing home, putting them in their own wing. What could go wrong? And he went on to say that the vaccinated patients are getting treatment first. That should make your blood boil. And Natalie has confirmed the story over and over again. I mean, she's not here today because she's not here yesterday or today because she's with her mom.
Yeah.
In the contagion zone.
Can they
the
pull her
people
out
are
of
being
there?
treated first?
Yeah. So much for the Hippocratic Oath. Do no harm. I mean, make sure that the folks that have met the requirements.
Well, again, that should tell you that the shot's bullshit anyway.
Yeah.
They're vaxxed. Why are they being treated?
Yeah.
Because it doesn't work.
Oh, man, oh, man. Chris, let's just disappear, Chris. Do it. Fauci. Biden and Fauci discussed requiring COVID booster shots every 5 months. Yeah, look at these pinheads. I mean, how much crap's on these guys' shoulders? I mean, it should be on their heads. I mean, the guilt is on their heads. I mean, Biden for this garbage in Afghanistan, Fauci for this nightmare we're living through with COVID. And see, here's the thing, Chris. COVID can't, it's become a thing now. Like, they made it this thing in order to control the election. And now you can't get away from it. Now, it doesn't mean that COVID isn't real. It's real.
Right.
It will make you sick.
But there's lots of people out there who will take advantage of a bad situation and use it to...
But see, now it's out of everyone's control. And I think I said this about 8 months ago. I said on the show, I was like, yeah, it's going to get out of everybody's control. They can't do anything about this. It's going to hit a point where it's like, well,
well, Chad, look what happened earlier in this episode. You said you feel sick. Instead of saying, you know what, I just got to close something, you stuck something up your nose.
Both nostrils.
You let it zinc to your phone because the first thing in your mind was, I may have COVID. Not that I might just have the flu.
Right.
I just have a little tickle in the throat. No, the first thing you thought was, crap, I got COVID. I'm going to be responsible because I have an event coming. You already brainwashed already.
That's right.
Because you went straight to, instead of saying, you know what, let me just get a cough drop and some NyQuil, I'll feel better tomorrow.
Chris.
You went and said, and then, I'm sorry to put you on blast,
No,
but you send someone to get you a test instead of you saying, you know what, let me go get a test. So you already brainwashed and you are in the front of trying to wake people up, and you didn't realize that you already fell for it.
Too late, Chris.
Welcome back to the Chris Cruz Show, folks. That's some preaching.
I'm done.
He's right.
I'm telling you.
Chad, he's right.
He is right.
You're a piece of shit. You're brainwashed.
I'm done, man. I can't do it anymore. Somebody call Glenn Beck. Call Daddy Beck.
He's no longer coming for you, Beck.
I'm not here. That's it. You know what? 1-star rating. That's what we deserve. A 1-star rating. 100%. It's like Jeffy said, just get vaccinated. Just get vaccinated. You're going to be getting a booster shot. And by the way, they've got us so used to getting needles stuck in us. We'll just wait till China takes over the poppy fields in Afghanistan and reintroduces heroin as a major opiate in America. And then people will be like, oh, here's what we do. Let's make China richer because they're going to figure out a way to package heroin. Maybe it's going to give you some COVID relief or something like that. And they're just going to, find a way to get us on opiates and just dumb us down even further. But, again, what do I know? I'm a conspiracy theorist.
I hope they put it in candy.
You're like, oh.
I'll give it to my kids.
Just give you a little needle. They'll make it easier to administer. Just another needle. Well, we're already human pincushions at this point. COVID and Fauci, Biden and Fauci, they want you to get stuck every 5 months. Why not? Let's do a little heroin too. Hang on, we'll be right back. Yeah, Arnie Duncan, the Secretary of Education, most of Barack Obama's presidency, triggered a tsunami of backlash Sunday when he compared terrorist suicide bombers to anti-mask and anti-vax Americans. Yeah, that's there you see the tweet that's up there. Have you noticed how strikingly similar both the mindsets and actions are between the suicide bombers at Kabul's airport and the anti-mask and anti-vax people here? They both blow themselves up, inflict harm on those around them, and are convinced they're fighting for freedom. You're an asshole.
Yeah, but I don't think putting a mask on is going to keep that bomb from going off.
Yeah, it's not going to contain anything.
Well, that's appropriate because it also doesn't keep you from getting COVID.
No, it doesn't.
Well, here's another one. University of Georgia, my alma mater, 88-year-old professor announced an abrupt retirement right in the middle of class because there was a student that refused to wear a mask over her nose. Erwin Bernstein, professor of psychology, said he told the school newspaper that I used to write for, Red and Black, said he said he risked his life to defend his country in the Air Force, not willing to risk my life to teach unmasked students. Well, you're a hero, Erwin.
Hey, I say good for him. He's doing a public good. He's too old.
Yeah, thanks for retiring,
Yeah,
Joey.
yeah, he's taking his ass out of the classroom.
He said, that's it. I'm retired. Walked out of class. Okay. I need some TikTok in my life. You already made me feel guilty, Chris, for being brainwashed. But let's do some more with a TikTok video. Do it.
I'm tired of hearing parents say that forcing masks on our children will be traumatizing to them. So to all those parents who think that, take this from me, the student. If you think that having us wear masks in schools is traumatizing us, then just wait until you find out we have to do an active shooter drill every 3 weeks for the sake of your Second Amendment rights. And I know for a fact that if you had to choose between masks or guns to put in schools, you would choose guns. So I don't want to hear blip about mask mandates.
First of all, shave your chin, douchebag.
That neck beard
giving
needs
you
a mask.
That ain't giving you a jawline, bro. Listen, you beta male soy cuck. I want to tell you something. You're exactly right. We'd much rather have guns in schools than masks. Hear it from me, okay? My guns have never been involved in a mass shooting. And most 2A supporters, guess what? Neither have their guns either. You might have some wackadoodles out there that are going to still get their hands on illegal firearms, even if you were to shut down our Second Amendment rights. And that's when you're going to wish those guns were in school, because the mask ain't going to stop you in active shooter situations. So good luck, buddy. Hope you make it. Because everybody's after you. Everybody's out there to get you. But shave your chin. Shave your neck.
The neck beard is never a good look, man.
Is not good,
never.
man. Grow it out. What is this? At first, I thought he had a mask pulled down. I thought that was a mask pulled down around his chin there, Chris.
By the way, to be honest, I thought it was a person questioning their identity.
Yeah.
And it was on, those hormones to make you grow beard. That's what I thought it was. I watched it like a couple of times, and I went to what I think it was his profile, and he is a dude. So that gotta
He's
go.
a dude.
He qualifies barely. Just in case he's listening. I don't want to be guilty of bullying a kid.
I don't know.
But seriously, shave the neck beard.
Shave the neck
Get
beard,
rid of it.
dude. And in case you're wondering if you're traumatizing us, let me just tell you something. I have to go through an active shooter drill every 2 weeks because of your Second Amendment, people. It's a matter of time, man. It's gonna be.
You're gonna appreciate that shooter drill, and if it ever happens.
Yeah, just wait till they pass a vaccination amendment to the Constitution.
Yeah.
You
laugh now, but watch. They're gonna try it. Medical tyranny, man. It's coming.
Sure.
Medical tyranny. I've always said there's three things that they've got to control: the media, the courts, and the education system. They pretty much have those. Now it's the medical. I've added a fourth. It's healthcare, because they've turned it into all those things. They've turned into tyranny. I mean, you got a court that's taking a mother's rights away from her child. You got kids that can't go to school unless they've been vaccinated or shouldn't appear in school, as Fauci said. The whole thing is intertwined. I mean, you got the courts, you got the education system, you got the media that's reporting on all of this nonsense, you got the healthcare stuff, and you're worried about guns, dude. Listen, you don't have to worry. You don't have to worry. Just relax. Breathe fresh air. That's what we want you to do. I mean, we're such anarchists that we want you just to breathe fresh air. Like, just inhale it. Inhale it. You're not going to turn Chinese, okay? Just take in some of that, some of that stuff God made, some of that O2, some of that stuff that the trees give off, you know, through the process of photosynthesis. It's amazing.
Very much.
What a little sunlight will do to you, and a little vitamin D.
A little vitamin D will clear that chin beard right up.
It will. It take you a little horse dewormer, by the way. We love a little horse dewormer. You know, it tastes like shit, but here's the thing. If you get that paste in the caulk gun there and you eat it with a little one of them little orange cuties, oh, it's great. It's fantastic. Just get you a little ivermectin and just squirt that shit in your gums, and you'll be like Mr. Ed.
Licking the peanut butter off.
Yeah, you really will, dude. I mean, it's just like, whatever. I mean, you okay, so you think we're crazy. You think we're crazy.
And
whatever.
we might be.
I might
but
be.
But we're still right.
But I'm my kind of crazy. That's why I wrote a book called Am I Crazy?
Yep.
There you go. How's that for a plug? You can pre-order it at Books A Million or Amazon.
You can pre-order it, and it'll be there sometime in your lifetime.
We're going to be pre-ordering it till the Lord returns.
That's what you're going to get when you go through the gates. And St. Peter's going to hand you a copy.
You know what? When you show up at the gates of heaven, St. Peter's going to be there with my book going, yeah, he was crazy. Yeah. You could finally read it. You could take eternity.
Yeah.
Take eternity to do it. Oh, my gosh. I'm done. Just done.
We've said everything that needed to be said.
I think,
everything.
I think so. I'm at a point now where it's like, I'm going to start inventing cuss words.
Nice.
Like, just come up with stuff just to piss off your dad.
I like that. My dad did on the phone the other day. He said something to the effect of like, did he lose his bar of soap? I was like, what are you talking about? And he's like, he cusses too much. Like, that's probably true.
Listen, you get with me. I've got pretty strong theories on my on language.
Mm-hmm.
And people are like, don't come at me with your Bible verse, because curses, that's a different terminology.
That's a whole show unto itself.
It really is. Let no unwholesome thing come out of your mouth. I think it's reasonably wholesome for me to tell the people like this to go themselves. It at least makes me feel whole. So anyway, take that for what it's worth. Not much, but at least I'm negativo.
Makes me laugh.
All right, go to watchchad.com. That's where all the fun stuff is. And don't forget, chadonblaze.com. You can get your official Chad Prather Show merch. Still my favorite shirt, F the left. F the left. It means forgive.
Yeah.
And where podcasts are offered, give us a 5-star rating and a review. Here is a rating from T-Ship15, listed from Cartersville, Georgia. Let's see. Love to hear a Georgia native talking common sense in such a relatable way. Wish you could come run for governor over here. We need more Georgians like you. Lisa's beautiful as always and love hearing her point of view. Chad, make sure you sunscreen those calves next time you're flying kites. You got it right. Now we got to figure out how to get a t-shirt to you. Send your email to K Christian Cruz. What is your email?
KCRUZ at blazemedia.com.
KCRUZ at blazemedia.com. Send us a shirt size as well.
Nice.
But you better be able to prove you are who you are. T-Ship15.
I've done a lot of rants.
There's a whole Bluetooth thing you got to download, and you got to.
That's exactly right. Yeah, and we're gonna need a specimen, by the way. Oh my God, we got to get out of here. Tomorrow's Hump Day. It's Wednesday. It's gonna be a big one. Don't miss it. Chad Prather Show. Thanks everybody. We love you. God bless you. We'll talk to you then. Bye.